Hi guys, it's Christina with Geocache Family and the Heart Acres Homestead. Thought I would do an evening vlog here and catch my little one out there watering my pots. We've been doing a lot of cleanup outside, and I'm going to take you through just to kind of give a backyard update, as it's been a while. Not much has changed for the most part because I've just pulled everything. It's pretty hot, so everything's going to be pretty wilted, but just kind of wrapping up what's happening in the garden. I pulled all of the rocks that were underneath this, and we organized them here. We got rid of our gold car that has been broke down for a couple years now, and so I was able to bring my rock rack out here and organize it. This was in the house and it was right on the other side of my door, so it was taking up a lot of space, and so I was able to bring it out here. No, we don't collect these rocks. We actually paint them, my daughter and I. The two littles do sometimes also, but my daughter and I, the oldest, we actually sell the painted rocks, and so that's kind of our little side business. I've also got the pipes here that we use for making murals. We did murals for VBS this year. It was in one of the other videos. I'll see if I can't have Naya put some pictures of it into the video so you guys can see them. Don't have any started yet, but hopefully. Got the sage, which I would like to move to the backyard. They are not perennials for our growing zone. So, I don't know. Sometimes we get really cold and sometimes we don't. So it might make it through, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just let it go. They're supposed to flower, so maybe I'll just let it do that and then I'll pull it. And then next year this space can be more for just the tomatoes and peppers. I want it filled more, and I will prune the tomatoes back a lot more than I did this year so that they're easier to harvest and get to. But everybody is still doing really good. So I harvested all of these just now. This silver pot is deep and it's filled with the yellow boys. And I still got so many tomatoes in here. So if I get out here with some vitamins, I think I can get them hang on for the rest of the season. So that's what we've been working on. My nice organized rocks. My cute son watering the plants. So I'll take you guys out back. The finches had babies. They've actually got 4, and one that was like a month earlier. They actually had a second clutch before they were done fully raising the previous baby, which I've never seen finches do. So I'll let you guys take a peek at them. But so this is what I've been working on. We swapped these 2 desks. They used to be like this, and I moved them this way. The computer stuff used to be on this one, and because I have a grow light here, I wanted all the plants in this one corner. I'm going to order one more grow light to stick here so that it kind of gets these back guys, but all the computer stuff did fit right here, so when the kids need to print out stuff for homeschool or whatnot, it's right there. This is the plant my mom gave me. We can never remember the name of this plant, but this is the one that was outside and it was flowering, and she's just doing beautifully. So now she's in here in a place of honor. Down here at the bottom are the 4 pumpkins that we actually grew off of our pumpkin plant. So the plant died down very quickly, so I had to bring them in before they were fully ripened, so they're starting to turn orange now. This one ripened outside. These guys are ripening inside. So can't wait to try making a pie or something out of those guys. This here is the tomatillo, and I'm not sure she's thrilled being inside, but it's just getting so cold in the evenings. I decided to just take my chances and bring her in. I'm going to try and give vitamins and see if that will get her to kind of perk up and finish growing her fruits. I had one fall off and it stayed small. So I don't know if it was just because there's too many in one pot. This is my first year growing them, so I wasn't quite sure what to expect with that. This one is the stevia plant I had outside. I keep killing these plants. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I finally moved this one into a softer mulch dirt compost mix, hoping that that would help. She was outside, she's been watered every day, and she's still struggling. So I just brought her in today to just see if being in the cooler sun and you know, our light here would help her. So my Tabasco plant I brought in, and she is starting to turn red. Those little peppers, I have been informed, are wicked hot. My husband and Charlie decided to try just the very tip of one the other night, and they said it was hot. So once they finish ripening, we're going to look into possibly making our own Tabasco sauce this year. And my herbs, what's left of them, they're actually coming back fairly well. This is what the caterpillars had eaten down to almost nothing, and they're actually growing back up good. I don't know if you can see my little jumping spider friend. She lives in there, and she eats all the little aphids and stuff that have been on these guys because I just brought them in, and so she's my little friend. We have one of the caterpillar army left. She is probably going to winter out with us. We had a set we did 5 years ago that did the same thing. We had like 2 that morphed and we got to turn loose, and then we had two or three that stayed with us until the following spring. And so we will just kind of watch this little one and see what happens. But one left. So, all right, so here's a peek at my finch babies. Okay, so there's one still in the nest. I don't know if you can see it in there. Hi, baby. And the siblings are all on the ground in the back. They've decided that they want to try and fly. They can't get back up to the nests very well. So daddy's the white one, mama's the dark one, and then the first baby is in between them. And so that was the one that they had about a month prior to these guys. And like I said, I've kind of kicked him to the curb and started with this new clutch. So we have a little city of finches, I guess. We are actually looking at building them a cabinet this winter, so I can stick them all together and watch them closer and pull eggs, because I don't want any more babies. These little stinkers up here laid eggs. They were already starting to develop. So I feel bad, I can't kill them, so we put the nest in there, and now I don't know if she's going to sit on them. So I don't know, maybe we indirectly will be the end of those babies, but I really don't want any more. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, husband is looking into finding a big cabinet that we can just stick them all in together again. This actually started off with one parent set, and then her babies that I got from PetSmart. I had the white daddy. My friend had just given it to us, and he had 3 others that had come with him. And in the first couple days, I don't know what happened. I don't know if my dogs scared them. I was trying to get them to acclimate to the house, and we went to church and came home, and the other 3 had just died. I don't know why. Finches are society birds. They like to be in big groups, and so I went to go get him a mate. PetSmart had a mama bird that had 4 babies, and kind of like these guys, they sneak attack having these babies. You don't catch them soon enough, and then before you know it, there's babies. And so she had raised them, but PetSmart can't sell them like that. And so she was very beat up by the other birds in there, trying to raise the babies and whatnot. And so they asked if I would just adopt all of them and bring them home, which I did. But of the 4 babies, only 1 made it. So I don't know if during the time my house was too drafty. I'm not quite sure. I wasn't covering them with sheets at the time, which I do now. But since then, that mama ended up breeding, and then she had all of these other little guys that we have. And so I've had to kind of break them up between the original mate, the one that we ended up going and buying one more female too because they started fighting. And so I've been trying to kind of split them up so that they're not inbreeding and whatnot. But I'm at the point now, I don't want any more. I love them. I love their songs. I love how they sing, their little squeaks, their little peeps. But the one that I wanted to breed was the white daddy in there. And they have blessed me with, it looks like, 3 gray white babies plus the previous one, so 4, and then this one little brown one that's still in the nest in here. So this is my cockatiel dose. She too thinks it's time to lay eggs, so she's got 3 in there. I wanted to clean them, but you put your hand in there and she tries to kill you, so we're just gonna let her have them for a while and then pull them when they should have hatched, and then they don't because she doesn't have a mate, so of course they're not fertile. But anyway, so those are our little Finchy guys, and then that's my new little plant setup, which once I get that other grow light in there, I will be very, very happy about. Shut the door here. That's Steve, by the way. That's the foam painting my daughter made for me. Well, actually he was for VBS, but he came home with us because I absolutely adore him. I now, because of Jess on Roots and Refuge, want alpacas, and there's no way we can do that, and so this is the closest thing I could get. And so even though he's technically a llama, we pretend he's an alpaca. So, and then this is our little rock painting corner. That's Amorous, but these are the ones that we've been working on. They're not finished yet, but working on them. I've got a whole bunch we need to start doing. This is the one I've been working on for my cousin, which has been a ridiculous amount of time, but this is her little beastie that she loved, and he passed away. So doing that one, and then we've got this one. So hopefully tonight, with the garden and stuff, we haven't been able to do as much arting, and so hopefully here very soon we can get back to doing that as the weather cools down. So this is the other big project I've been working on, is organizing this rack. The hope is that hubby and family for Christmas will get me some lamps that we can attach to the bottoms of the shelves, grow lights, and then I can get heat mats to put on the shelves so that I can start seedlings inside. Organized my canning stuff at the bottom and my other seeds. And this is our plant fertilizers and whatnot, and then my chicken stuff. And so I actually want to wrap this in a plastic, and so that way when we do go to start growing seeds, we can kind of keep the humidity in there, and I don't have to necessarily have the tops on it. So anyway, that's what I have been working on this week when I haven't been teaching classes. Alright, so let me bring you out back. This is what's left of my sunflowers right here. The squirrels have decimated them. There is seed trails all the way out to the yard. They have ripped whole heads off, and then they sit in the yard and then they eat them. And so thankfully I did get some harvested before they attacked them. So hi girls. This is what's left of the flowers out here. They're hot. I will come and water them tonight, but I've got a patty pan growing in there, which she's kind of fighting powdery mildew, so she's on her way out. These are my zinnias, which have gotten as high as my collarbones, my chest, I guess. They have gotten huge. And so I'm hoping these guys will reseed in this area because I absolutely adore them. The black petunias too. The hope is to put a mesh across here so that come next year the chicken girls cannot put their heads through and kill everything. That Baylor, be nice. Kill everything that's trying to grow. So yeah, look, see? Sunflowers. Oh, bad things. What are you guys fighting over, huh? 2 little nasturtiums from the ones that I had in the spring that have seeded and have started growing. don't know if they're going to make it to maturity or not, but I will keep watering them. Everybody's a little bit hot. It's hard too because I can't be out here at all on Tuesdays. When I'm done teaching, I am spent, and so I crawl into bed. So this squash here, I think is a spaghetti squash. I keep going back and forth on if it was or not. I'm really not going to know until I actually cut it open. It's just weird. I've never seen one grow the way this one has and the ones that I've grown in the past. So just not sure what to think of it. Powdery mildew is definitely taking over my zucchini. I came out here and I chopped them down to almost nothing. And they started coming back a little bit, but now they're just covered again. And because I'm not out here diligently fighting, I am definitely going to be losing them. So I'm kind of glad we're at the end of our growing season. I'm just ready to do some things different. The cucumbers are drying out. Another patty pan there. The kale is doing good. That's still growing great. My hubby came out here and he's been working on this tree, so he didn't get as far as I had hoped, but we needed to jump to the ladder now, and then he can get up there and cut some more down. But he's trying to cut some of these limbs down so they're not around the wires. And then also the hope, the prayer is come spring, we're going to take the roof off of this broke down shed and turn it into a greenhouse. And it's already got a cement floor. It would actually be perfect. And so if he can cut some of those branches down, I'd actually get quite a bit of sun in there. So that's the hope, that's the plan. We'll see what happens. We just moved the peach tree next to Penelope and the 4 blueberries in front. They were getting scorched on this corner over here. And so I moved them over there because then they got the shade of the bigger peach tree and a little bit from this tree so that they don't burn as much. So I've just got to keep watering them until it gets too cold in the hopes the roots can get established before the winter fully hits. The eggplants are doing pretty good. They are still, oh, look at the size of that zucchini there. I'm still getting them. There's another one. Little stinkers. You don't come out here in one day and you've got ginormous baseball bats. Anyway, eggplants are doing really good. I watered them good the other day and they've really started to fill the fruit out more. They were really small. They're so hot. I gotta get them watered. This is where the pumpkin was at, so it died down. I'm getting ready to rip this black mesh stuff up, and I might reuse it around the swing and the vegetable garden and the walkway right here, because I don't want anything growing in these areas. It was just too hard trying to keep fighting it. So it's my one little nasturtium that was kind of hidden by the squash and kind of has made it through the summer, even though it technically shouldn't have. This was the tomato that came from my mom's house that has just been our little experiment one, and this is actually her second tomato she's put out now. So in the future, I would say this experiment is a success. Should you ever break the top of your tomatoes off, the plant will not die. Just keep loving it and working on it, and it will still keep growing and put fruit. So had I been out here doing more TLC on it, I think she would have gotten bigger. But like I said, I bit off more than I could chew this first year. So this first year back to gardening. I've had great success in the past, but since I've hurt my ankle, it's been really hard. So this is my beef steak that I have staked it. I have put it in a cage and it just keeps falling over. So I'm tired of fighting it. She can stay sideways. The asparagus are doing okay. They're hanging out. I've got to come back here and pull some of this Virginia creeper back and figure out a better way to stake these next year, because they are just flopped over and it's hard when you're watering to, not have them get soaked and whatnot. So this is my green noodle bean, and I am still getting some on here. So I'm going to just let these guys seed, because I did not. I planted a whole bunch of them, and my rotten brown duck kept eating them all. And so I want seeds for next year. So those guys are just going to do that. My peppers here, I've got quite a few peppers that are ready to pick, and some of them are turning red. Oh, it's just so dry back here. Oh, see these guys, these actually look sick. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I just can't keep up. Especially going back. Anyway, I will definitely do things different next year, which, you know, gives me hope and whatnot. My okra, I don't know what's going on with it, but it is struggling. It is dropping leaves like crazy. I do have some pods that I can come and harvest, which is awesome. I didn't think I was going to get any of them, but like this one's lost all of its leaves. That one back there has lost all of its leaves. These two have lost all of their leaves. This one is about to lose another one. So I think it's getting too cold in the evenings, but we'll see. I think next year I'm going to move them over there so that they get the heat, like maybe where that other patty pan is at right there, so that they get some shade, but also still get a lot of the heat, so that it will protect them in case it is just too hot. I don't think that's the case because all of the YouTubers that I watch, they have their okra out in 100-degree weather, and we did not get that at all this summer. So I think it's either already just getting too cold in the winter, or I didn't have enough nutrients for them. So we'll see. I grew these guys from seeds. I counted a win. They were interesting and beautiful to grow, and I really like them. So I think if I baby them more next year, I'm going to research more what I need to do different, so that I can actually have okra next year. So I had kale here. I've got the red kale left, dinosaur kale, and I pulled the two that were here already. These are getting eaten by bugs. I don't know that I will grow this again next year. None of us really liked the flavor of it. I mean, I guess I could try and juice it, but definitely was not one that we liked to just saute with eggs or anything like that. So we'll see. This one we absolutely loved. And beans, I'm definitely gonna, these were my husband and son call them the Joker beans, because they're purple on the outside and green on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those and let the girls have those. And there's a few that you can pick at and eat. Alright, so beans are officially done. Hey girls, you want this? There you go. So I'm not quite sure how my little escape artist keeps getting out. We separated Donuts, my male right there, from the girls. The girls are all supposed to be on this side, and that little stinker keeps getting over there. So we are going to take the igloo that's back here out for Donuts, and then we're going to move this one back up to the top up here for the girls. So that I don't know how she's doing it, little stinker. Anyway, we got to secure it a little bit more. I do not want duck babies. We are at capacity, no more. And so little turkey keeps getting over here. So anyway, they're doing great. I can't believe they are as big as they are for only being about 6 months old. But we love them. Messy birds, but we love them. So that's pretty much it. Everything's kind of dying down here in the backyard. I want to start trying to mulch back here, get the bunny poo back here. My husband's going to cut this section off here. He's going to trim some of this. We actually talked to the neighbor to see if she wanted us to get some of it on her side, and then rent a wood chipper so that we can get some wood mulch and get it out in our yard. here pretty soon, so I'm hoping we can tackle that. I need to see if I can borrow a vacuum, a yard vac, or a shop vac or something from my mom, because the birds are all molting and there are feathers everywhere. I have 2 piles from when we cleaned the weeds out of the girls' area that I need to rake up. And that's pretty much it. I just kind of want to get things situated, mulched, layered, and then covered for the spring. So it was a good season. It was, I learned a lot. Oh, hey, that's my mom's bucket. Mom, I didn't forget. I will get it back to you. So, yeah, this is, you can just see everything is turning yellow. The trees are dropping leaves everywhere. It is actually cold in the mornings when we come out to take care of the girls. And so I definitely have plans. I'm going to sit here and just kind of think about what I want to do different, what I want to do next year. I'm also hoping we can get back here in this little alleyway. There's a bunch of those stupid wild elms growing in there. So I want to cut those down and turn them into mulch. And then maybe just plant some kind of a ground cover or buckwheat or millet or something that the birds would like, so that I can go out there and harvest it a little at a time and give it to them, because if they are free, they go in and they kill everything like instantaneously. So I don't know what other chicken keepers can do, that they have beautiful grass and they have these birds, because if there is anything green in the yard, mine kill it. Maybe it's just because we are so dry, we don't have the rain. Colorado is just, it's semi-desert. It's hot, it's dry, and so it's a battle to keep anything alive. And I don't know, maybe the girls know that, and so that's why they go for it so much more. But anyway, we got a lot cleaned up. We got a lot changed around. I've got a lot of hopes for next year, and so I'm so looking forward to, Lord willing, having another good growing season and to be able to do things different from what I've learned this year. So anyway, that's where we're at. Oh, I just wanted to kind of catch you guys up. It's been a while since I showed the backyard and kind of what we're doing back here, and so I thought I would bring you out before everything is dead, and so you could get a kind of peek. So here you go, guys. You want some kale? Let the ducks pick on this, see if they like it. So anyway, we are gonna go try and make an art video. I want to try and see if we can't start doing some little lessons, so some wonderful kids that are in our lives can, should I not be able to teach them, can still do some fun things. And so we're going to try and do that, and that's pretty much going to be my day. I'm going to work on some rocks, and I do got to come out here and dip all my girls in some diatomaceous earth. We want to make sure that they don't get mites and that they can stay healthy through the winter time. So that is coming. But I may wait until tomorrow. We were just tired after teaching all day yesterday. Just exhausted. So we will tackle that later. So Baylor, are you my good dog? Huh? Are you my little garden dog? All right, guys, thanks for joining us on the tour and kind of what's been going on in our little homestead. I hope you guys have a fantastic evening, and I will talk to you next time, okay? Grow as you go. Have a good evening. Bye.